We try to go through all the dimensions which you could see on the screen by using all these dimensions and the representations. Representation is nothing but the views ma. Okay, few people are getting confused whenever I'll say representation. That is also one of the doubt students are having. Okay, let us continue. This is the complete question given to you in the exam with all the part numbers, with all the dimensions. Alright, so based on the dimensions and the views, you are supposed to assemble the parts in its working position. Okay, and before I start, let us have the same old concept whatever we have discussed. First thumb rule that we have to cross check is whether the assembly is symmetrical with respect to vertical or horizontal. That information we should have. Now if you look at now, how could you know, or how could you say that the component is symmetrical with respect to vertical or horizontal? Means just by looking at the part number 1. Okay, in any assembly, not only in screw jack, in any assembly. Alright, if you look at part number 1, this is your part number 1. Here you could see the axis line. Okay, this is vertical axis line, means directly you can say that this is symmetrical with respect to vertical, means left half is equivalent to right half. That is what you could see on the screen. Alright, so similarly for a horizontally symmetrical component, horizontal axis will be given to you. Okay, so from the first thumb rule we have seen that the component is symmetrical with respect to vertical axis. Okay, and number 2, second point is, second thumb rule that we should consider is, whatever the assembly may be, we need to start with part number 1. Okay, so this is your part number 1. Forget about other parts, just try to place the same part over here. Okay, in the middle of your drawing sheet. Let us consider this white space is your drawing sheet. Let me place it exactly in the middle. Now while placing exactly in the middle, you need to cross verify, because after drawing the complete assembly you are supposed to draw the top view of the assembly also. So you have to maintain some space in the bottom of your drawing sheet. After drawing the front view, you have to maintain a space to draw the top view also. So initially layout is more important, means overall how much height the front view is going to take, that is very important. Okay, for example, if you could see part number 1 is having a height of, it is maintaining a height of 185 plus, and so let us read these dimensions, few dimensions. Now in this particular part number 1, there is a circular hole of diameter 50. Here you could see diameter 50, and let me enlarge and show you. So this 50 you could see here, 50 diameter and having a depth of 40 mm. So I need to check with the component which is maintaining these two dimensions. Okay, here you could see this is also maintaining a diameter of 50, top this dimension, and bottom also 50 diameter. Internally there is a minimum hole of 38, that is fine. We are not bothered about this 38 now, because we are bothered about the outer diameter followed by the height. Now here it is 50 dia, that is now it is satisfying our requirement, and the height is 45, but it is supposed to be only 40, but here it is 45. And there is one leading edge is having a diameter of 90, means this leading edge, this particular leading edge is going to restricted, this is going to be restricted here at this top surface of part number 1. Okay, keeping that in mind, what we need to do is, overall height is 45 mm. From that we need to subtract this leading edge height as well as the top thickness. Overall it is 20. So 45 minus 20 will give you 25, means this height, whatever the 25 height we got, that is going to insert. Okay, that up to that level it is going to insert. That is what the meaning is. So most of the component is going inside, only 20 mm is coming out. So 185 plus 20 for the front view. Next, in this particular component, after inserting part number 2, it is maintaining a minimum diameter of 38 by 7. Do you find any shaft which can insert inside this? Yes, mute yourself, ma. If you have anything to ask, you can ask me. Somebody unmuted. Mute yourself. Srinivas Reddy. All right. Now here the question is, once you insert part number 2 inside 1, you need to think about the minimum diameter that part number 2 is maintaining. Okay, after inserting this part, it is maintaining a minimum diameter of 38. So you need to cross verify whether you have any shaft or any other component which can exactly fit to that particular 38. All right. Now same dimension, square thread, it is maintaining a square thread diameter of 38 by 7. Okay, 7 is the pitch of that particular thread, so 38 by 7 is maintained here. Same 38 by 7, square thread diameter 38 by 7. All right, and it is having a very big leading edge, nothing but a very big shaft. Okay, overall height is 240. Out of 240, 83 is the height which is going to come out of the component, which is going to come out of the component because it is maintaining a diameter of 65, which can't insert here. It will be restricted because here the minimum diameter is 38. So this portion going to come out, which is 83 plus 83. All right, after that, on the top of part number 3, once it is placed over on the top of one for this particular third component or the part, this part number 4 going to sit, which is maintaining a height of 42, which is not going to insert, only it is going to be placed on the top. So plus 42. So your front view, whatever the front view you are going to develop now, going to maintain this much of height. Okay, 185. So roughly what I'm trying to calculate here is, I'm trying to know the overall height of the front view. Okay, if I know the overall height of front view, then it becomes very easy for me to start the sketch on my drawing sheet. So I can easily estimate where exactly I need to start the component. All right, so now 185 plus 25, 205, 83, 283, 88, 330. Okay, so overall here it is 330 mm. So the overall height of your front view or the component is going to be, complete assembly is going to be 330 mm. Okay, now for example, if your complete height of the drawing sheet is 330 mm, what would you do? Because if the complete height or the width of your drawing sheet is 330, then only front view will come. What about the top view? You are unable to draw the top view. Okay, in such case, scale, what we have discussed yesterday, will help you out. In scaling, what we'll try to do, we'll try to go with the third method, which is a reducer scale. Okay, so what I'll try to do here, I'll try to reduce it by 1:2. When I do it to 1:2, what happens? This 330 size will come down. Okay, so that height it is going to take. Similarly, that I can easily draw the top view also. Okay, for example, if the overall height is more than 330, for example, it is measuring around 500 600 mm, then easily you can draw your front view and you can draw your top view. There is no problem at all. So let me erase all this stuff. Alright, this is what the calculation you people need to do, just for your understanding purpose. That is important. Alright, now let me start somewhere here in the middle of the drawing sheet. I'll consider a scale. Okay, I'm going to start drawing part number 1. Concentrate now from this point. So what I do is, I'll just try to draw. Now what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to draw everything or the complete construction with the help of 2H pencil. Light color one I'm going to take. Alright, now here let me draw a vertical axis line which will lead you to draw other views. Okay, so in this particular vertical, I'm going to place this particular what you call part number 1. So where to place? Do I need to start here? Do I need to start here? That estimation you should have. Okay, what I try to do is the 330 measurement whatever we got, I'll just consider it as 350. So from here let me mark, from here I'll make a mark of 350 or somewhere away. Let me consider this as the point I got. Let us consider this point I got. So from here to this point it is 350, so I'm going up to a 330 level. So below I have some space to place the top view. So that is how I made. Now I just start by marking the intersections. Now I'll start the component from the bottom. Here you could see the bottom. I just try to read the bottom dimensions. Alright, now here the bottom dimensions are 140 is the overall diameter and internally it is 100. Forget about internal features, let me consider 140, height of 185 and outer diameter of 70. So for that what I do is, let me rotate the scale to horizontal. Let me fix the drawing properly. Alright, I'm rotating, I just try to make it horizontal. Alright, here wherever I got a marking of 330 or 350, there I'll try to take a locus. This is one locus. At a distance or at a height of 185, let me consider this as 180. I'll draw one more locus where I just need to mark 170 mm. Alright, now on this locus let me mark 140. 140 divided by 2. Why I'm dividing here is not for scaling. I'm dividing here just to split that 140 into two halves. Okay, let me take this red color as my HB pencil, and from here let me mark it as 70. I'll consider this point. Okay, and 1 2 3 4. This is that 140 for our understanding. Okay, this is the 140 which I have marked. Then above there is 70 mm diameter. Have a look, here it is 70, so 35 on either side. I'll just try to mark. This is from here to, let us consider this as 70 mm. Okay, that is 70. Here I got it as 140. Alright, now let me draw the verticals which are required to complete the complete component. Okay, now whatever the assembly you consider, only part number 1 is going to take enough time. Okay, other parts you can draw so easily. Okay, you should have patience to draw part number 1, which is going to take at least half an hour time. Okay, 15 minutes to half an hour time. Now here let me maintain a thickness of 20. I'll consider this as 20 mm. Same 20 I'll try to maintain this side. I hope you people are listening. If you find any difficulty, let me know. Okay, till here it is fine. There and that on the top here it is maintaining a height of 40 mm. So let me mark that 40. Alright, similarly here also I'll try to draw that 40. Alright, I got the top also. Okay, let me increase the size so that you'll understand better. Alright, now this is how I got. Now here there is a taper section. Before drawing the taper, what I just need to do here is, there is a small groove here, a step is maintained here. What is that step that we need to consider? Initial diameter is 70, but here internally you find a diameter of 66. Okay, 70 minus 66 will give you 4 mm, means 2 mm on either sides. Means from here you just need to make a mark of 2 mm. I'm doing it manually, but you people supposed to do with help of a drafter. Now what I try, let me, now I think this okay, fine. Let me rotate the scale and draw these inclinations. Before that I just need to mark 100 mm also. let me make it horizontal and make the mark of 100. Alright, on the 20 mm thickness I'll just try to maintain. Already I'm maintaining 140 bottom line. Here I supposed to maintain 100, so 100 exactly from the center, 50 on either sides. Let me mark this point, this point. Okay, I'll just close it, these two. This is done. Okay, now the idea is to draw a straight line passing through this end point and ending up here at the 2 mm thickness line. Okay, now I just rotate the scale. Have a look, I'm trying to align both the ends, and let me draw a line passing through. Okay, again rotate the scale in a counterclockwise direction. Okay, as I'm doing it online here digitally, it is taking enough time, but you people can do it bit faster than me. Okay, just join these two. I got the outer almost outer shape of the component. Okay, similarly here it is maintaining thickness. There is a material here, solid, on both the sides actually, but they are trying to show it only one side because cut section is there only to one side. Okay, just to give you an information that this material hatching is given, just to give you information that this is a solid, and after this there is a hollow, circular hole of diameter 50. Okay, that communication they would like to make. So here what I'll try to do, again at a distance of 10 mm I'll try to draw one more this thing, straight parallel line. Okay, after that it is going to be vertical, it is going to be vertical after this. Alright, now here if you could see there is a groove of 3 mm, there is a groove of 3 mm. To draw that groove, again I'll just try to make it horizontal, and that groove is up to a distance of 100, means 50 on either side of the axis line. So let me place it exactly in the center. So wherever it is dropping down, have a look, wherever it is dropping, this particular line will come and intersect there. I'll try to drop a 3 mm line here from the axis, because actually this groove is there from one end to the other, but here we are showing it only to the one side. It is visible only to the, this groove is visible only to the one side. It is supposed to be to the other side also, but that is not visible because cut section is there only to the one side. Okay, there you can make some required hatchings, whatever the hatchings required, that you can make, and this edge will be followed as there is only one side. So you can draw this edge, continue this edge till this particular axis line, but I'm not doing it because of that clumsiness. Let me make it one. Almost done with my part number 1. Hardly it is going to take some 10 to 15 minutes as I'm explaining you, and drawing it slowly, it is taking enough time. Let me draw this line so that it will be finished. Okay, almost 99% done. Only thing remaining is you have to give dimensions. Okay, I'll show you few dimensions. Aligning the dimensions is also very much important. From here to this point, it is, I just need to place an arrow. Arrow you have to place manually, don't use any scale for this. Alright, arrow, and it is 185. Alright, but you are supposed to write by aligning 185, something like this. Okay, similarly just draw a line passing through top to bottom and try to split the line. Here it is up to this point. This is called the alignment of dimensions. So I'm making use of the height, complete height, and here, wait a minute, you have only 10 minutes time left for the session, ma. Please rejoin so that we can finish off today's discussion. Okay, this is 20. and this height you can measure and write it down. 185 minus 20 minus 45 will give you this height. Okay, that height you are supposed to write. Then here it is 40. Okay, this is called the alignment. You are not supposed to make it zigzag. This alignment will help you out to make the drawing so beautiful. Okay, elevation will be perfect. All right, now this is done. Now what I do next, part number 2 will sit here. Okay, so I'll just take this part number 2. Let me change the color of part number 2, and I just try to measure these dimensions, and only, as I said, 45 minus 20, 25 will be will going to insert inside. So I'll just make a mark of that 25, and let me draw the edge. When it is inserted, you can't see the complete what you call edge is not visible, so try to communicate that this is invisible. Let me rotate the scale to 0 degrees to complete part number 2, which is inserted inside part number 1. Okay, so it is maintaining here, it is maintaining a thickness of 10 mm. So that 10 mm I'll try to draw, which is visible now. This portion of the component is visible, so I just try to draw it here. So overall width it is maintaining is 90, so 2 on either sides. Alright, and thickness should be maintained, which is of 10, so that thickness I'll try to maintain here. After this, let me draw a curve. Let me draw this curve also. Alright, this is done now. After this, there is one more leading edge on the top, which is of 50 diameter. So that 50, already we have measured that 50. This line represents that 50. Similarly, to the other side, you just need to make 1, 2, 3, 4 divisions. Alright, now here I'll just try to join these two and show this particular fillet. With a free hand, I'll just try to draw. Okay, something of this kind. Finally, here wherever the part is ending, there I just try to make it invisible. This is done. Sorry, this here I just made a mistake here. It is supposed to be up to 50 mm only. Okay, 50 mm in sense, from here if I measure, whatever the width it is maintaining here, same 25 should be maintained to the other side. That I have I just forgotten. Wait a minute. Okay, you have only 6 minutes left, so try to rejoin. Alright, this is how it is going to be. Okay, so there is a this color, red color edge, this kind of edge here also. Whatever the thickness maintained, same will be maintained to the other side, but that is not visible to us because cut section is not provided. That is what it means. Other than this, if you could see, there is a internal hatching followed by a thickness is maintained, means this part number 2 is also having a internal circular hole of diameter 38 by 7. The top view, this top view represents that it is having a hole of 38 by 7. Okay, so from the middle I just try to measure 38 by 2, which is 16.5. so from here I'll make a mark of 16.5. okay, and let me mark here and let me draw that line. Okay, this is how it is going to be, followed by you can make the hatching properly. So this will be till the end, till this end it is going to be. Okay, after the remaining portion here you can make it hatching, and this line is not required, you can erase. Okay, that is what you need to do. Okay, after this 38 by 7, this part number 3 I can accommodate here from the top. So let me change the color and let me draw this top piece. Means I am taking this part number 3 and inserting from the top. When I insert from the top, this bottom shaft of 38 by 7 will go easily inside. Only this portion will be restricted here because the diameter is 65 and here the entry diameter is only 38. Okay, and one more important point to be noted is here you find double lines. Double line indicate that there is a threading. means this particular component will not enter smoothly. You need to rotate. Okay, when you fasten it, it will go inside. When you unfasten it, will come outside. Okay, so there is a threading here. Similarly, you find a double line here. This double line indicate that there is a threading. Okay, because here you find a threading, here also you find a threading. So by using that square thread, here it has indicated square thread, you can insert the part. Let me draw the top end. Let me draw the top end now. Top end is maintained here, it is maintaining 38, same 38 is maintained here, followed by 65. So complete box you need to make. Okay, so I'll take this scale again. 38, already we are having a mark of 38 here, so from there let me draw 38. all right, and here you find a width. Here the width is 10 mm. okay, that 10 mm width I just need to draw, and top also there is one more 10 mm. Overall height is 83. So let me mark 83 first. From here let me mark that 83. Okay, the box should end up in between these two. Alright, now I just try to mark 10 mm gap, 10 mm gap. So that 10 mm I'll try to make it here. Alright, similarly on the top side, I'll tell you what exactly this is. Okay, so what is this two parallel line gaps is, this is the first line and this is the second line. Similarly, this is the first line, this is the second line. Okay, with whatever the widths there I just drawn, and there is a chamfer 45 degrees incline line. So I'll just try to close. And this line, done. Alright, then I just try to make it vertical. Okay, here I just try to join so that you get the shape of that particular part number 3 here. This is how you get it. Let me draw it again. Okay, this is done. And here if you find on the top, you find one more leading edge for part number 3, which is having a height of, internal hole is 30 and this height is 13 mm, 13, and here the diameter maintained is 22. Okay, diameter maintained is 22. So I'll just try to draw that. That is one line, this is another line. Let me close. Here ends the part number 3. But this part number 3 is having a overall height of 240, but I have accommodated this 83. Remaining part, here you find a cut section. This cut section represents that there is, the length is very big, so you can do the cut section, and you can accommodate the shaft only in this portion, maybe up to, you can maintain a height of, not required to maintain the complete height. This cut section represents that you can use any convenient height. So from here what I'll try to do, I'll try to communicate that the shaft is inserted, something like this. Similarly to the other side, this dotted line indicates that shaft is inserted. Alright, so I'll try to show the cut section here. Similarly one more, similarly dotted line. This is how I can show. This cut section represents that no need to draw the complete length given in the question. This representation indicates that you have used the convenient distance which is most possible for your sketch. Now this is done. Part number 3 I have inserted. The portion which is maintaining a diameter of 38/7 is inserted complete inside, and the portion which is maintaining a diameter of 65 remained outside this box. Okay, and this box is having, if you could see, observe keenly, a circular hole of diameter 12 followed by a hatching is there here. That hatching is nothing but the knurling portion. Here you find a knurling portion. So that knurling, let us not make it more clumsy, and let me show you with a free hand. You are supposed to draw 45 degrees lines, 1 2 3, just for the understanding purpose. Okay, that there is a knurling which is useful for holding purpose, something like this. Okay, so holding in sense, for example, where exactly we use, what is the application of this particular screw jack? Use it to lift the load. For example, if you want to replace the tire of your four-wheeler, then you can easily lift the vehicle by using this screw jack. Okay, just to replace. So that fastening and unfastening will happen with this particular screw. Okay, this screw will help you to lift the complete load. Where exactly you are going to place the frame of your vehicle is, that part I haven't placed yet, that I need to place now. Alright, so we're done with part number 1, part number 2 and part number 3. Okay, so part number 3, this particular projection, top projection, if you could see, this particular top projection, this top projection, there I need to fix one more part, which is part number 4. Concentrate on question. Okay, concentrate on question. Now this is maintaining a diameter of 22. Alright, this is maintaining a diameter of 22 and a height of 13. This is what, 22 and 13. And have a look at part number 4. This is having a centrally drilled hole of diameter 22. Here the shaft is 22, here the circle hole is 22. So both can match and I can place it from the top. Okay, and if you look at here, it is maintaining a height of 13, but here the hole maintaining penetration of 12 mm only, means there is 1 mm leading edge. 1 mm will remain out, and after placing this part over this particular screw, what I need to do, I just need to screw these two, clamp these two, that I'll show you. Before that, let me draw this particular part number 4 top, on the top. Okay, for that what I do is, let me increase something like this. Okay, question is not visible. Okay, this part I'm going to place in the working position, this part. So for that, let me again change the color to red. Okay, and let me take the scale. Here it is maintaining overall width of 45 diameter and the height of 42, 45 and 42. That I'll just try to figure out now. Have a look. We are at the end of this session. Try to concentrate. This is more important now. Students, where the students will get confused. This is the area where students will get confused. Okay, this is already maintaining 38. So here it is 45. I'll just try to take more than that particular length. Alright, somewhere here I'll just try to place from here. Let me draw a line. Alright, this, let me consider this as 45. Okay, and at a height of 42, there is one more line. I just consider this as 42 height, and let me draw a locus first. Okay, this locus will help me to drop this particular lines. Alright, it is maintaining thickness of 6 mm. Okay, at some height there is one more width, which is 12 mm. This 12 mm I need to maintain. Similarly, other dimensions I have to maintain. 38 is also maintained here, so that 38 I just try to place it here. Means this green line, this width. So that 38 I'll try to place it here. This point, this is 38 line. Okay, till here it is fine. Now how to draw these two are maintaining some angle. How to draw that angle? Okay, drawing that angle is a tough task because angle is not given. okay, but out and out from this point till the end, in the top view they have given it as 65. Okay, so by using that 65, this is the top view of part number 4, front view and top view. In the top view 65 diameter is given for out and out, that is from this point to the end point. So that marking I'll try to make on the locus now. That is the reason I have drawn this locus 65. This is already maintaining 45, so more than beyond that I'll just try to pick a point and let me draw this line. Alright, now I just align the scale and try to finish off the component number 4. Take the scale nearby the intersection, try to, alright, I'm aligning now. Let me draw the line. Done. And from here also one more parallel line. Done. Similarly, rotate in a counterclockwise direction and try to align again. Done. So let me draw this line and one more parallel line. Alright, I got the shape, whatever the shape required, just got it. And here you find a small radius of R5 or in all the 4 cut sections, so that R5 will try to place it here. Okay, here I'll just try to place R5, but you can make it with the help of compass. Alright, this is how part will sit, but this part is not fixed properly, but this part number 3 is fixed properly because it is having threads. Here it is not fixed properly as it is not having any threads. So in the question you find one more component. Let me show you the question. Here if you could see, you find part number 6 and 5. Part number 5 is a washer, 6 is a screw. Okay, this screw is maintaining a diameter of 12. Here the hole is maintaining a diameter of 12. Okay, I'm not talking about this hole, I'm talking about the screw hole. Okay, this is another view of this particular component, side view. This is how it is going to be, and the name is given. 6 is a screw, 7 is a Tommy bar. This Tommy bar will be placed, which is having a diameter of 12, is going to fix in this particular 12 circular hole. Okay, here the circular hole is shown normal to the observer, but what I'll try is here, let me fit it to the screen properly. Done. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just try to take another different color and let me show you. Once you take that screw of having a diameter of 12 and insert, let me show you this screw hole also. Okay, something like this you find. Okay, there is a internal hole, so I'll take a screw and try to place it from the top. As this is a hollow one, I can place it from the top and I can use a wrench to tighten the thing. Okay, let us imagine that this is a screw, but as this part is inside completely, you just need to make it invisible. You have to draw hidden lines. Okay, that is what I'll try again by drawing a hidden line. Have a look. Okay, you just need to give a feel that there is a screw which is fixing these two. That is what you need to do. Okay, other than this particular what you call Tommy bar position, this Tommy bar here, it is going to insert. So what I try to do, I'll just try to twist or rotate this particular screw, which is part number 3, so that what happens, I could see the deep. This particular Tommy bar is going to go up to a distance of 62, and here it is maintaining overall diameter of 65. So what I can do from this particular, what the task I can do, I'll show you. So that 12 mm diameter is maintaining a overall whole depth of 62. That 62 I'll try to place it here. Means I have rotated and I'm placing a circular hole from here. Something like this. So I have twisted the hole. So the hole will look something like this. Have a look. Alright. As it is normal now, I could see a circle. If I rotate 90 degrees, what happens? I could see the depth of it. Now I'll consider this part which is 7. I'll try to place it inside. Okay, I just feel that this 62 got inserted and remaining portion will come out. That remaining portion I'll try to draw. This is how it is going to be, and to the other side also I'll do the same. Alright, now here this part is having a fillet smooth surface here. This is done, and the cut section, I just need to place a cut section. And once again I'll repeat, this cut section will help you to understand that there is the leading edge is very long. Have a look, 275, but it is not required to place complete 275 there. This cut section represents that you have drawn a convenient distance, whatever the distance convenient to you, you have drawn it. The same thing is the indication. That is what we are learning from the beginning. Okay, I just try to draw the axis line. This is how Tommy bar will fit, and even the Tommy bar is also having knurling on it, something like this, 45 degrees inclination, maintaining a gap of 2 mm. So only this is only to gripping purpose. I hope most of you have used this screw jack in and around. This is how it is going to be overall. Alright, let me make it short so that you could see the solution. Okay, this is a solution that I have developed, and this is how you could see here. Okay, so followed by what you need to do, you need to give all these numbers 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, whatever the numbers given in the part list, same you try to place it. And other than this, they have not given any dimensions, but you are supposed to give at least major dimensions. Major in sense 90% of the dimensions you are supposed to mention. Okay, other than this, as the component is symmetrical with respect to vertical, what you supposed to do is, I don't have much space here, then what I'll try, let me take a locus line here. With respect to this locus, I'll try to view from the top. When I view from the top, what I could see this 65 diameter, 38 diameter, then this Tommy bar is visible, then this particular 90 is visible, and this 140 is also visible. So all are circles only. So 140 is a circle of red color, so let me mark this. I am not making a complete circle, I am trying to make it semicircle. Something like that. I just managed to do. And blue color one is your this 90 diameter visible, that is also. So that visible thing I'll try to draw. This is also visible. You have to draw actually complete circle. And this 38 is not visible, so that 38 I'll try to make it invisible. Then again this 50 is also not visible. Similarly, whatever the visible things, try to make it dark. Whatever the invisible things, try to make it invisible with a hidden line. And this Tommy bar is also visible, as I'm drawing half of the section component. So I'll just try to show. So it is traveled till this particular point. This is a Tommy bar. So exact dimensions should match. It is ending up here. After that the thickness is increased, and after that it is going to be dark. So whatever the cut section you have shown here, same you are supposed to show to the other side, and whatever the length you maintain there, same length you are supposed to maintain. Okay, whatever the knurling you have shown, same knurling is visible here also. Okay, this is how you need to start the component from the bottom surface of part number 1. You have to end up with all the dimensions, part numbers. After this, if you have used any scale, you are supposed to mention the scale here. Okay, so I have not changed anything, so I just mention it as 1:1. If you want, you can mention, if not, you can leave it. But if you take it as 1:2 or 2:1, you are supposed to mention. It is very much compulsory for the evaluator to understand. Okay, other than that, whatever the units you have maintained, whether you have maintained inches, centimeters or millimeters, that you should mention. So I have taken it as millimeters. All dimensions are in millimeter. This you supposed to mention. This is important, because every time you are not supposed to place on the drawing. Units should never be placed on the drawing. 40 mm, 185 mm, this becomes wrong. Okay, never do that practice. Okay, overall you can place it here. Okay, then you will definitely understand the things. Okay, so if the space is not available, you people can also draw the semicircles, but if the space is available, you are supposed to draw the complete circle. Try to remember, and also try to give few dimensions here also. Alright, this is all for this particular lecture, and if you have any queries, you can ask me now, or else I'll simply close the session.